Hey everyone, Saturday. Today's daily dose of advice. Take this off a little bit here. Say hi, Aiko. Say hi, hi. Yeah, okay. So today's daily dose of advice. I took a hard blow today from one of my students, and instead of reprimanding him, I praised him because it was highly effective. And if this was on the battlefield, if I was wearing armor, it might have hit dead on and then skimmed off the armor, but it was a beautiful hit. And I let him know that was freaking awesome. My old mindset as a teacher, if somebody did something like that, was to reprimand that student for being, even if it was an accident, you need to be more careful, and I would reprimand them. Now I give more guidance on, that was freaking awesome, and encouragement, like that was amazing, because we're all adults. I don't train kids. I stopped doing that because I train my own kids, but I don't train other people's kids anymore. Because of the level of violence that I teach. My kids grew up with that, learning that and seeing that they're okay with it, but other people's kids, no. It was, the blow was, we were doing a Sojutsu Waza, and it was a straight ski to the chest, and I was the uke, and it was freaking beautiful. I told them that it was beautiful. You felt that. Now, I don't know if you guys know, I have the Buki company. I have 2 of their spears, training spears. You know those things have a tip on them. That thing hit my sternum and then glanced off. It was freaking amazing. And it was enough to stop me, like, as I came in. It was worse because as he was thrusting in, I was moving forward to cut down at him at the end. And he beat me to my cut, and that was perfect. That was exactly what we were looking for. It was freaking amazing. So, to those teachers out there, if you are the uke for somebody, especially if it's one of your students, and your student does something that if it hurts you, but it doesn't injure you, don't be angry with your student. Your student did what they were taught, and that was perfect. That was perfect. That means that's actually validation of your training, there's those times where a person may ski and it might go somewhere else, that last ski was supposed to be to Gorin, but he went a little bit higher, and it was just, and it worked. So, I mean, it was amazing. And I was proud of him. For that. It was, woo, man, that was a good hit. Freaking amazing. It was beautiful. Like I said. Another thing I wanted to talk about was that I would say, gosh, I think it's been like 3 weeks now. My student, we were discussing Shukiken, and I delivered Shukiken to his humerus right here, and it was and it wasn't a waza or anything like that. It was just to show, oh, here's how this could be done. Here's how painful this could be, blah, blah, blah. And then he went home and took off his shirt, and his wife saw a bruise that went all the way down like this. And the main part right here was like purple, and then this is all yellow and orange. And he showed it to me like last week. I actually felt really bad. I felt really bad. And I was showing him like, oh, this is how this could be. But part of that was from my training, it was that I learned from Mike Simeon was precision. Be precise with your targeting. When you're doing your Daken Taijutsu, it's not just hit anywhere on the arm. There's specific kyusho you want to hit. That's what Mike taught me. And so that's what I do. And but I still felt bad. I felt bad Because even today in class, we were at the end of class, we were, taking off our gis and stuff like that, and I saw his arm again, and I felt bad. My thing is that I don't need to send my students home hurt or injured. I need my students in top physical shape. I need them in top fighting form. Not because of like competitions or anything like that. We don't do those things. It's because what if there's a home invasion in his house tonight, and he's sore, hurt really badly from class, then he can't effectively defend himself or his family. Then what I taught him is defeating the purpose, So, I mean, it's one thing to go hard in class, but it's another thing to go hard where you are hurting or injuring your students to the point where they can't fight or protect their own family. That was a bug hit my head. So I want instructors to think about that. You want to keep your students in fighting shape so that they can, protect themselves and others. Yeah, that's all. So today's daily dose of advice. That's it. So yeah. So one, look at praising your students. If they do something that's really good and it's effective, praise them for it. If they're off a little bit, guide them on how, on that targeting. Hey, try this, try that, versus yelling at them or reprimanding them in front of everybody or anything like that. Give positive reinforcement. 2, keep your students in physical fighting shape. I can't stress when it comes to that. Cardio, cardio, cardio. I see these instructors, some of the instructors, big guys, really nice guys, but really big guys. And just over time, with work, life, things like that, they've gotten out of shape. And then they might be able to fight, but they can't win a battle. Because if that battle's ongoing, you're not gonna be able to sustain it. And there's 2 sides of this coin. I had one of my old instructors, Michael Kelly, tell me a long time ago when he first started training me. He said, "Chris," he goes, "you wouldn't make it in special forces." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "You're too skinny." This was back when I had like a 6-pack, rock hard abs and all this stuff. And he's like, "You're too skinny. You need some fat on you." And after that, I stopped worrying about how my body looked and I focused on how my body worked. Could my body sustain for a battle versus a fight? So I gained a little weight, and I actually enjoyed it. But it's a good, healthy fighting weight, And it's like I could still run miles. I could still do my sit-ups. I could still do handstands, cartwheels, all this stuff. I could still do it. So you could be you got the guys that are big on the heavyweight side. You got guys that are too skinny. You need to find a perfect medium ground. Perfect medium. Area where and there's no perfect weight because everyone's different sizes in terms of height. I would just say no matter what weight you are, work on your cardio. That's all. Work on your cardio. Just your cardio, and you'll be fine. Strength training is important too, but cardio. If you can fight for a battle, then, or if you can fight during a battle, then you can fight during a regular fight. It's all about how long can you outlast that other guy. Or guys. Think about if you're fighting multiple attackers. That's something you have to think about. But in the end, that's it. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good one. Gambate. Keep training.